Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hermitcraft. Last time we made a floating conduit here at the museum, and today, guys, we are continuing work here on the museum, and we're starting off by doing what a lot of people commented in the last episode, and that is that this head is not the same as this one. This one's a piglin, this one's a piglin brute. Piglin brute is now down on the mob head wall, so we should be good there. And we'll continue adding to this today a little bit, but today we have something very exciting to do, guys. I found two other historic mobs that we are going to move into the museum. One in the hostile mob section over here. You can see if we actually make it into the hostile mob wing, we actually have a little bit of space next to the Zoglin and the Shulker. Right in this section, there's a big open space here with just enough space for us to fit this mob in. And that mob is a one Mr. Bruce Banner. This pillager right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is a pillager, which is a raid leader, and also has, as you can see, no crossbow. Now, this is actually inside of Corralis's original base, so you can see our base is like down this way. This is the UFO prank. This is Gem's old base. And so this guy has been in here for quite a while. I did ask Corralis, and he said it was fine if we took Bruce Banner and displayed him in the museum. So that is the plan for now. Hey everyone, quick reminder, my TCG Collector's Edition card is available now on CreoCards.com. It looks like this. It's fantastic. Comes in a fancy box. Card is acoustically sealed. You can get it signed by me. It's amazing. Check it out. CreoCards.com. Link in the description. Thanks so much, guys. Alright guys, so here's the plan. Pillager comes in this way on this rail line, down this way, turns right here. There will be an activator rail right here, which is then going to eject him from the minecart into this space. And then we're going to have basically a rail on this side, slab on this side, and then carpets. And this is what's going to basically prevent the pillager from moving anywhere. And then what we're going to do is we're going to build up a sort of a, not really a simulation, but like a smaller, miniaturized version of a Pillager Outpost around him once he's inside of this space. And he shouldn't be able to get out because unlike the player is actually shorter than 2 blocks, but the pillagers are actually taller than 2 blocks, so he should hit his head here and not be able to make his way through with the carpet down. So that should be all we need to do. We can also place this here just in case he, for whatever reason, doesn't get ejected from the minecart, or we have to, you know, send it back this way to recapture him if he gets out and gets ejected out somewhere else for some reason. But I think this should work, so let's get the rail down and let's see if this thing works. Alright guys, so Bruce Banner is ready to roll. The pillager without a crossbow but with the banner on top. Let's send him on his way and hit this lever, and hopefully everything will work out. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this stuff. If not, it shouldn't be a big deal because this guy can't really attack you because he does not have a crossbow at all since it broke. And in case you're wondering how to get these guys in survival super easily, I have a video I'll put in the cards here, but let's roll with Bruce Banner all the way out to the museum. Alright, Bruce Banner is rolling on in, and hopefully we'll see this guy ejected here. We can then break the rail. Yep, that's where we wanted him. Perfect. Switch this. Boom. He's in there. Okay. Very good. And now we should be able to push him. He will not escape. He's stuck. Yep, as you can see. This is exactly what we're looking for. Nice. Alright, so Bruce Banner is now in there. We can take down this rail line now, and then we can build a miniature Pillager Outpost around him. Alright guys, so here's what we have for our little enclosure, our outpost that we're putting Bruce Banner in. It's open on 3 sides, which is kind of nice, and yeah, it allows you to walk in and interact with Bruce, get up close and personal with him, check out his outfit and stuff. And yeah, you can see we've labeled it Raid Leader and Crossbow Free Pillager, which is what Bruce is, which is kind of rare. You don't normally see this unless you wait a long time for the guy to lose his crossbow, and he also happens to be a raid leader. Back here, we have a ladder, which we can actually go up. And yeah, you can see Bruce from above, see his banner up close a little bit. And then we got a goat horn. You can feel like a true pillager by using this goat horn, and more goat horns can be purchased in the museum gift shop. So this is going to be another thing that we are selling in the gift shop here in the museum. There we go. So yeah, just a cool little area here. You can also look out. It provides a good vantage point on this hostile mob area. You can see some of the other mobs around here. You can sneak around and yeah, have a good time. So that is the mini Pillager Outpost, and you can just walk right through Bruce, and all is good right there. So yeah, pretty cool. I like it, and yeah, I hope you guys do too. But that is one mob in. But we have another mob that we're going to go find in a moment. And that mob is going to go down here, which is on the first floor. Because we don't actually have too many mobs on the first floor, just because it's a neutral mob. And if we get on up to the third floor, we're actually pretty full on neutral mobs up here. There's not really a whole lot more space to put neutral mobs and things. So, yeah, we basically have to put this on the first floor because that's the only spot where there's still space that we can put stuff. So, let's jump down here. We're going to bounce a few times or just once and take some damage. That's fine. Basically, I want to move back this TCG display one block to make a little bit more room, because right here is going to go a historic pig. And of course, the historic pig that we are going to put into the museum comes from the pulled pork ZF advancement that myself, a bunch of the other hermits, and a bunch of Empire's members all participated in here. You see we had this little obstacle course. We also tried to set a record dangling as many pigs as possible off of these quartz platforms here into a pool. And so we are going to recreate this scenario here in the museum in miniature form. But I've also found the pig, the last remaining named pig, I believe, from the pulled pork advancement, and that, of course, is Pixel Riffs. So, yeah, we are going to grab a carrot on a stick here. I'm going to grab another one, just so that it's like, we can display it. But hopefully this is enough to get us back to the museum. But let's head this way. These two are not named, by the way. These two pigs here. So, this is the last remaining one. So let's go, Pixel Riffs. We got a museum to put you in, my friend. Look at this. Is this not a beautiful scene here? Got the castle on the left, B-Dub's area on the right, and the giant horse head in the center as we slowly but surely bring Pixel Riffs back to the museum. Alright, so we've made it to the museum. Let's just open these doors up, walk on in, and you'll see I've already put up a little bit of an area over here. This, ladies and gentlemen, is our newest display. And if we get closer here, as the pig slowly makes its way over, yep, this is the historic Pixel Riffs. It's actually supposed to be 2 Gs, I think. Pig from the pulled pork Z-advancement. And what we're going to do, we're going to actually store the pig up here. If you don't know, pigs with saddles can climb ladders. And now, this pig is stuck up here and cannot get back down, because it's 4 blocks tall, and pigs take damage after 3 blocks. So that's pretty cool. Even if you hold like a carrot on a stick or a carrot, you'll see the pig follows you, but it doesn't see a safe path off, even though you can technically drop in into here like this. Straight off. Boom. And then ride it back up. So this is going to be the latest display. There we go. We can just drop off here. I'm going to also put a carrot on a stick in there. And then on this item frame, we're going to put a Z-advancement trophy, which I believe I have one in my base from this specific pulled pork Z-advancement. Yes, this is it right here. The pulled pork Z-advancement trophy. Myself and I think basically everybody who was there that day got one. So we will pop this off of here, and we're going to put this in the museum. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so here is our finalized display. The pig up there gloriously walking back and forth. He can't really go anywhere besides these 3 blocks just because the fall height is too much. We got the Z-advancement trophy now down, and the carrot on a stick as well. So now if you get up here, and you can just ride this guy off like so, and then just come back around. So you can basically take him down, but he can't get down on his own, so he should be perfectly fine. Okay, up here. There we go. All right, so with that now done, let's move on to another spot in the museum. Working in this same area where we put the pulled pork's advancement thing, we're going to go ahead and add some more artifacts to this area and just basically increase the livelihood in this area a little bit. So first, we have the TCG Season 1 regular season trophy. This is a replica, as you can see. This was won by iJevin in May of 2023. Again, this is not the original trophy, this is just a replica. And we have the Season 1 tournament trophy won by Etho in May of 2023. And so those two trophies help to complete the TCG collection here. We still have a few spots. We can put some more things if more things come up over the course of time. But yeah, those definitely help on this side at least a little bit. Then down here, I went ahead and put my all minerals world record that we set in July of 2022. 1205, we got all the minerals. These are some of the details here. It was set on a random seed. With using no structures, and it's set, of course, in the name of the king. I also got my head from that time period right here, so we'll putting that down because that's kind of an important thing. Like, that's a huge thing, setting a world record like that. So that's really cool. Also with this, we're going to see if we have banners. Yes. So we're just going to grab all these, and we are going to basically put down all minerals across the top so that it's clear that this is a separate display here. So let's just grab this. I think we're going to go up here. And like from here over, see if we have ALL, all, and then MIN, E, and then we'll just go across like this. Are all miners. No, all minerals. ALS. There we go. All minerals. Let's see how that looks. We get stuff down here. There we are. Alright, let's see. Yeah, perfect. Maybe move it over 1. Yeah, we're going to move it over 1. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right, all minerals sign up there, so it shows all the minerals. I got this stuff set up. And also, I think what we're going to do here is we're actually going to increase the size of this display a little bit. I think we're just going to basically move this upwards. So if we just get up here, we're just going to basically straight up just remove this and increase the size by 1 so it goes up 1 more block. That way we can fit a couple more records down in our record collection. There we go, that's a little bit better. We got 3 extra slots now up here for any custom record discs that we find, which I know there's a lot out there, so I just wanted to be sure we had some space for that in the near future. So that works really nicely, and yeah, with that, I think this area has now been improved pretty significantly today. So we're going to move on to another area of the museum. The next area of the museum I want to improve is this area right here where you first walk in. We have a great egg display here, which has all the Hermitcraft Easter eggs and some Easter egg hunt memorabilia. Plus we got, the conduit challenge where you have to climb up this central pillar. And there's also the fun slime block bounce in here that you can use to get between floors in the museum. We also added some little decorations, some balloons here floating up into the big dome of the museum up there. Of course, we got jelly. We got our donations chest, which actually has some diamonds. Let's go. I believe this was Asuma who put some diamonds in there, so that's great. Again, mostly non-profit museum, so thank you, Asuma, for these diamonds. Very much appreciated. But I think what we need to do is we need a display here that really wows people, that really makes them interested in the museum and can offer something that other museums, like this one over here, cannot. So, I want to put a dynamic display above this egg area, like up here, where there's a lot of space that's sort of just empty, dead space up here for now. But I want to make this active. More specifically, I want to send a certain something from this side to this side and back continuously, which I think should be pretty cool. So, we actually have to travel out to Scarland to see what that thing is. So welcome everybody to Scarland. As you can see, there are plenty of dragon eggs here, which we took advantage of recently in getting the dragon egg for our museum. And there is something else that we're actually here for today, and that is these things right here. These are wither skull entities, which have been frozen in place by Doc via his captured wither. Here's a couple more right down here. And yeah, you can see they sort of emit particles and stuff. And yeah, this is basically done by manipulating the way the wither shoots. And yeah, if you do that in a certain particular way, I'm not going to go into all the details. You basically get wither skulls that you can move around in the world. So I think I'm going to go for this one first. So we're going to get a bunch of dirt out. This is going to be quite a long process to get both up there and to get this over to the museum. But we're planning to use some sticky pistons and slime blocks to do so. So let's get up here, see if we can move this thing. Alright guys, we made it up here to the wither skull. As you can see, it's emitting quite a number of particles. I'm not exactly sure why this has so many. Maybe there's more than one in this one spot, that they're all just exactly aligned or something? I'm not exactly sure, but we're going to try and push this. First of all, we'll see if we can push it here. No. What about here? No. What about like this? Yes, there it goes. Let's go. Okay, perfect. That's exactly what we want. And so you can probably tell from that, basically the plan here is to get this to the museum, and then once we have it at the museum, we can use slime blocks to create a system where it basically... See if we can get this the second time here. This one here. This one and this one maybe? We can basically bounce it back and forth using slime blocks like this. And then there'll be one on the other side and it bounces it back, and then we can bounce it this way and bounce. It's basically going to be like Pong, but with the wither skull. That's the plan at least. So let's take a minute here. Let's get this out to the museum. Let's hopefully not lose too many pistons like that. Let me go get that actually. And yeah, we're going to have to do this all the way out to the museum, which is going to be a time-intensive process, but I think it's going to be well worth it. There we go. Okay, almost there now. From this point, we might have to go like single individual blocks all the way in. But we got to figure out as well how to... Oh, hello, zombie. I see you down there. Oh, you could hide. But yeah, we might have to go individual blocks in. Where is it? There it is right there. Wow, right above my head. So... I think, let's see. Where is this aligned to? Oh, we might have to remove those two blocks too. What I haven't mentioned up to this point is that when these wither skulls hit stuff, they tend to explode and destroy things. So we're trying not to have that happen. That's why I'm making sure to remove all the blocks, even though they're not necessarily in the direct path. We want to make sure there's at least some like leeway here so the wither skull doesn't hit a block and explode, because that would be bad. But I felt good about the alignment here, and hopefully we can actually fit this thing in. So we're just going to send it. Let's see, F3B. It's right there. I think we can make this go through. I'm hoping. Yeah, let's try it one more time with the slime. See if it can hit it right through there. Aw, yeah. Perfect. Level, and now We got a skull in the museum. Sweet. Alright, so now that this skull is in the museum, first of all, I want to see, does the smoke actually come through the top bit of the floor up here? It does not. That's good news. That's really good news. So, I think what we got to determine is if we want this to be at this level or a little further down. And I'm probably going to try and send it from, like, here to the same level on the other side. Like roughly here. Alright, I did a little bit of testing and I think this should work. So this skull should now be pushed if we power this here all the way across to just in front of the other slime block. Right here. We'll have to see. Let's actually get rid of this just in case. I don't think it'll hit this piston, but let's just see how far this goes. I'm going to fire this off and hope for the best here. Yeah, baby, look at that. Okay, so then we put this guy down here. Yeah, look how close that's come. Woo! Alright, perfect. And then let's do the same thing on this side. This did move out a little bit, so we'll have to worry about that in a little bit. But let's just test and see if it goes back properly. Okay, same thing on this side, but is it close enough? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. Okay, so now we just got to put this on a clock. We also need to, make sure that we have a obsidian here or other immovable block here, which should not be a problem. But other than that, I think we just got to hook these up with a clock with some, repeaters on a long delay. Because obviously we don't want this thing going super, super fast. But yeah, I think that will work. That seems like it's the right spacing, so that's great. Alright everybody, so we got ourselves a bunch of redstone repeaters down now, which has a system which now fires the skull back and forth. It's kind of cool system. It's just controlled by the button here, and then we have like a loop of repeaters here. You see it goes down one side, fires the piston, skull shoots off, and then it goes down the opposite side, the outside part, once it shoots the piston off. And then, this way it comes back the opposite way. Now, I thought about what else we could do to make this area a little bit more interesting, because the skull itself looks pretty cool, and it's also when it, like, turns around. So that's really neat. But it would be also cool if we had something like some lamps that sort of follow the redstone as it traverses the area. So that could be kind of cool. I'm also thinking maybe, like, some note blocks, like, back here, behind the pistons, so that when it shoots off, like if it played like a sound or something, that would be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool. Also, an on-off switch would be nice. So, like down here, I think in this section I can fit in some type of on-off switch, or maybe on this side, depending. But yeah, it is kind of cool to see right there as it shoots across. So that'd be awesome. Maybe we'll have it go like into like a 1 or 2 block wide hole there, and then emerge out, and then there's like a sound, and then you see it like shoot across. I think that'd be really neat. So I'll try and come up with something combining all of these ideas which I put forth here, and obviously making it a little bit faster. It can probably be like twice as fast, honestly, because this thing stopped moving at this point, but it's still a couple seconds out. So we'll see how it goes, but yeah, I'm confident we can make a cool system now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm very happy to say that we now have Wither Pong as a display in the museum. And the way it works is we have a lever over here. You got to make sure and flick that down so you are able to start the system. Then we have a button here. Press once to start Wither Pong. Don't mind if I do. And so this is an interactive experience. Look at this. We have the soul of the Wither heading over. And listen closely. There we go. The Wither itself walks among us. Here it comes again. Soul of the Wither comes over. Walks over again. How cool is this? We got sound effects, ladies and gentlemen. We got sound effects. And then, thing goes back over. Shoots back over this way. It's so cool. It's so cool. Okay, let's shut it down here. It takes a minute to cool down. We'll come back over here. There we go. Here comes the Wither Soul this way. And it'll fire one last time here. And now it is shut down. Very good. Let me get up here and show you how it works. Because I'm very proud we were able to fit this in here without having to, like, break into anything in the back here. Like, we didn't have to change up any of this. Mostly because we were lucky and got this extra bit of terracotta here. And this wall. Which basically saved us. You'll see once we get inside of here. But first, let's pillar on up to this point. And then we'll just walk in over here. Sweet. So, we got this crying obsidian here just to basically, yeah, make sure that the sticky piston doesn't, you know, attach on anything. But here is how this thing works. So you heard the piston firing once we flicked the lever down there. That basically controls this piston here, which, yeah, it's why we're fortunate we had this extra block of space here. So this thing basically controls whether or not the redstone circuit can complete a loop. So, yeah, without this there, you can't have the Wither skull fired at all. So that's cool. This bit here, this redstone, this has another circuit, the button circuit attached to it. So this goes down and completes the circuit and then circles back around as long as this piston is extended. That's how that portion works. Then over here we have the sounds. So we basically wanted every time the skull like travels across the room to have some Wither skeleton skull sounds. So I put Wither skeleton skulls over note blocks, and in 120, when you do that, you got some Wither sounds, or some Wither skeleton sounds. So that's pretty cool. It's attached to a observer, so we actually get 2 sounds, and there's a 4-tick delay between these, so it plays most of the way across the room. Finally, the lamps here you saw, the lamp patterns and stuff, we have that controlled via some repeaters here. So we pull some signals out of the back just with a dust here and then a repeater, and then these we just pull it directly out of the block here when it's coming this way. So that's basically how everything works. So kind of awesome. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Just go ahead and put this back down here, and we will dig back down. But yeah, it's a really nice system. So again, piston extends, hit the button, and that starts it up. But yeah, this is a really, really nice display. I'm very happy we were able to figure this out. And I really like that you can't really tell there's a Wither skull there until it like shoots across the room, and you have sound effects. We also did try and like make it like fit in as best as possible down here with some glow lichen. So yeah, we have that on the mangrove leaves and everything. So I'm really happy with how this turned out, guys. I don't know about you guys, but I think it's super cool. So we have a bunch of dirt here to clean up as we use this as scaffolding to move the Wither skull entity out to the museum, and I'm very happy that this went as smoothly as it did. It could have gone very poorly with the Wither skull hitting a block and flying off in a random direction or exploding or what have you, so pretty happy we got this done. But unfortunately I'm out of time for today now, guys, so please make sure to hit subscribe if you have not done so already. I don't know what you've been doing if you've made it this far in the video and are not subscribed. Like, seriously, like, really question yourself. Why have you not subscribed? Like, you need to subscribe. Come on now. It takes 2 seconds. Hit subscribe. I'll wait. I'll wait here. Hit subscribe. And you'll be good to go for the next video. Because there's more to come in this museum. I want to share it with you. I want you to see it. It's going to be super awesome. If you like what you saw in this episode, we got some crazy stuff coming in the next few episodes. So make sure and hit subscribe, hit the like button. Thank you guys again for watching. This has been Cub. I'll see you in the next one.